The melody of us. In the heart of a bustling city where the hum of life never seemed to fade, lived two young souls destined to intertwine. Rachel, a vibrant music student with a passion for the piano, spent her days practicing at the prestigious City Conservatory. Her life was a blend of notes and melodies, each day a composition of its own. One crisp autumn afternoon, Rachel decided to take a break from her rigorous schedule and visit a quaint coffee shop near the conservatory. As she entered, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air, and the sound of light chatter provided a comforting background. At the counter stood Thomas, a barista with a charming smile and an infectious laugh. He was studying literature at the nearby university and worked part-time at the coffee shop. Their eyes met as Rachel approached to place her order, and for a moment, the world around them seemed to fade. "Hi, what can I get for you?" Thomas asked, his eyes twinkling with curiosity. Rachel smiled. "A latte, please." As he prepared her drink, they exchanged small talk, quickly realizing they shared a mutual love for music and literature. Rachel mentioned her upcoming piano recital, and Thomas spoke of his latest writing project. There was an instant connection, a spark that neither could ignore. Days turned into weeks, and Rachel found herself visiting the coffee shop more frequently, often during Thomas's shifts. They would spend hours discussing their favorite books, pieces of music, and dreams for the future. Their friendship blossomed naturally, each encounter adding a new layer to their bond. One evening, as they sat in a cozy corner of the coffee shop, Thomas brought up Rachel's recital. "I'd love to hear you play sometime," he said, his voice filled with genuine interest. Rachel blushed. "You should come to my recital next week. It would mean a lot to have you there." Thomas agreed, and Rachel felt a flutter of excitement. She realized she had grown quite fond of him, cherishing their conversations and the way he made her feel understood and appreciated. The night of the recital arrived, and Rachel was a bundle of nerves. She glanced out into the audience and felt a wave of relief wash over her when she saw Thomas sitting in the front row, his encouraging smile giving her the confidence she needed. As her fingers danced across the piano keys, Rachel poured her heart into the music, each note a reflection of her emotions. The audience was captivated, and when she finished, the room erupted in applause. But it was Thomas's standing ovation that meant the most to her. After the recital, Thomas approached her with a bouquet of flowers. "You were incredible, Rachel. Truly amazing." Rachel's heart swelled with gratitude. "Thank you for being here. It means so much to me." They spent the rest of the evening together, walking through the city streets, the crisp night air filled with the promise of something more. As winter settled in, Rachel and Thomas's relationship deepened. They spent their days exploring the city, discovering hidden bookshops and cozy cafes, and their nights sharing their hopes and fears. They found solace in each other, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. One snowy evening, as they walked hand in hand through a park, Thomas stopped and turned to Rachel. "There's something I need to tell you," he said, his voice earnest. Rachel looked at him, her heart pounding. "What is it?" Thomas took a deep breath. "Rachel, I've fallen in love with you. I've never felt this way about anyone before, and I can't imagine my life without you." Tears filled Rachel's eyes, and she smiled. "I love you too, Thomas. More than I ever thought possible." In that moment, under the falling snow, they shared their first kiss, a promise of the love and adventures that awaited them. As spring arrived, Rachel and Thomas faced the challenges that came with balancing their passions and their relationship. There were moments of doubt and misunderstandings, but their love for each other always brought them back together. They learned to communicate, to support each other's dreams, and to grow both individually and as a couple. Rachel's music flourished, and Thomas's writing found new depths of emotion and authenticity, They inspired each other to be the best versions of themselves, their love a constant source of strength and motivation. Years passed, and Rachel and Thomas continued to build a life filled with music, literature, and love. They traveled the world, exploring new cultures and finding inspiration in every corner. Their journey was not always easy, but their unwavering love and commitment to each other carried them through. One summer evening, as they watched the sun set from a hillside overlooking the city, Thomas took Rachel's hand. "Thank you for being my muse, my partner, and my best friend," he said softly. Rachel smiled, her heart full. "And thank you for being mine. Here's to the melody of us forever and always." Their story was a testament to the power of love, a symphony of hearts that played on, beautifully and endlessly. As the seasons changed, so did the landscape of Rachel and Thomas's lives. Rachel received an offer to join a renowned orchestra in another city, a dream opportunity she had worked tirelessly for. However, it meant moving away from everything she knew, including Thomas. One evening, as they sat together in their favorite park, Rachel shared the news with Thomas. "I've been offered a position with the Philharmonic Orchestra," she said, her excitement tinged with apprehension. Thomas's eyes widened with pride and concern. "That's amazing, Rachel. But what about us?" Rachel looked down, her voice trembling. "I don't want to lose you, Thomas. But this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity." Thomas took her hand, his grip reassuring. "We can make this work. We'll find a way. I believe in us." With Thomas's unwavering support, Rachel decided to take the leap. They promised to visit each other regularly and to keep their love strong despite the distance. The transition was challenging. Rachel moved to the new city and immersed herself in the world of the orchestra, while Thomas continued his studies and work. They relied on video calls, texts, and weekend visits to maintain their connection. Each reunion was filled with joy and passion, reminding them of the strength of their bond. They explored Rachel's new city together, creating new memories and discovering new favorite spots. Despite the miles between them, their love grew deeper, their commitment unwavering. One evening, after a particularly beautiful performance, Rachel found a bouquet of her favorite flowers waiting in her dressing room. Attached was a note from Thomas. "No matter where you are, my heart is always with you." 2 years passed, and Rachel and Thomas had navigated the challenges of a long-distance relationship with grace and determination. Thomas completed his degree and was offered a job at a publishing house in Rachel's city. Their hearts soared at the prospect of being together again. To celebrate the end of their long-distance chapter, Thomas planned a special evening. He took Rachel to the park, where they first confessed their love, the same place where they had shared countless moments. Under the twinkling stars, Thomas knelt down and took out a ring. "Rachel, you are my muse, my love, my best friend. Will you marry me and share this life with me forever?" Tears of joy filled Rachel's eyes as she nodded. "Yes, Thomas. 1,000 times yes." They embraced, their hearts beating in perfect harmony. Their love had weathered the storms of distance and time, and now they were ready to embark on a new journey together. Rachel and Thomas's wedding was a beautiful celebration of their love, filled with friends, family, and the melodies that had brought them together. They settled into their new life with excitement and contentment, their home filled with music and books, laughter and love. They continued to support each other's dreams, Rachel flourishing in her role with the orchestra and Thomas excelling in his career as an editor. They found joy in the simple moments, cooking together, exploring new hobbies, and traveling to places they had always dreamed of visiting. A few years later, Rachel and Thomas welcomed a new member to their family, a baby girl named Lily. She brought an added layer of joy and love into their lives. Rachel would play the piano softly while Lily slept, and Thomas would read her bedtime stories, his voice gentle and soothing. As they watched Lily grow, Rachel and Thomas reflected on their journey. They had faced challenges and uncertainties, but their love had remained steadfast, a constant melody that guided them through life. Years turned into decades, and Rachel and Thomas grew old together, their love story becoming a cherished legacy. They continued to inspire those around them with their unwavering commitment and deep affection for one another. Their home was always filled with music and laughter, a testament to the life they had built together. They traveled, shared new experiences, and supported each other's dreams, always finding new ways to express their love. One evening, as they sat on their porch watching the sunset, Thomas took Rachel's hand. "We've had quite the journey, haven't we?" Rachel smiled, her heart full. "Yes, we have, and I wouldn't change a single moment.